Hey there, it's CJ Willie and I'm cracking a pack. Today I have a Zendikar Rising Draft Booster Pack. I still haven't picked up my Zendikar Rising bundle. I'm waiting for the price to come down to around $30. I haven't been able to find it yet in local card shops for the $30 price. I might have to wait till it's cheaper on Amazon. Until then, I will crack this pack of Zendikar Rising. First card out of the pack is Deliberate. 2 mana, 1 and a blue, instant, scry 2, then draw a card. I think there are better ways to draw a card in Zendikar Rising than Deliberate. I don't mind it as much in the blue-red Spellslinger deck, but I found that it's been a card that I've cut quite often in draft. Next up is Cliffhaven Sellsword, 2 mana, 1 and a white, core warrior at 3/1. This is a card that has the typical stats that I like in a white aggressive deck, whether that's mono white or white red. In limited, it'll come down on turn 2. You can get in for some damage, or it's a creature that trades up quite frequently to take out those 4/3s, 5/3s, etc. Scavenge Blade, 2 mana, 1 and a red, artifact equipment. When Scavenge Blade enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Equip cost for 3 mana, 2 and a red. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I really like in Zendikar Rising that the equipment enters the battlefield attached to a creature. Going forward, I'd like to see that continue to happen. Maybe Wizards messes with the equipped costs in controlling how the equipment moves around. Adventure Awaits, 2 mana, 1 and a green sorcery. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If you didn't put a card into your hand this way, draw a card. At the end of the day, it's a 2 mana green spell that allows you to draw a card. I like this sort of effect if you can either get a creature or a land. I've found that I haven't wanted to play this in draft. Mind Drain, 3 mana, 2 and a black sorcery. Target opponent discards 2 cards, mills a card, and loses 1 life. You gain 1 life. Strictly better upgrade to Mind Rot. I like this card quite a bit in the blue-black rogue deck. Getting to mill a card, draining your opponent a life, you gain a life. Having them discard 2 cards is great. Tuk Tuk Rebel Fort, 3 mana, 2 and a red. Wall at 0/3. It's a defender. It has reach. Creatures you control have haste. I'm not a fan of this card at all. It just doesn't seem cheap enough or impactful enough to be in a red aggressive deck. I suppose in a red-green deck, it will give your big fatties haste, but I found once again this is a card that I cut. Makindi Ox, 5 mana, 4 and a white, Ox at 4/4. Has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, tap target creature and opponent controls. I found this card to be useful in limited. You hold this until turn 6. You play Makindi Ox, then you play a land, tap down one of their bigger creatures going for the attack, and then every subsequent land, you're tapping down that bigger creature, getting in for a good attack. Glacial Grasp, 3 mana, 2 and a blue, instant. Tap target creature, its controller mills 2 cards. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Draw a card. I really think that the blue-black rogue mill deck is strong and limited. Glacial Grasp, tapping down a creature, freezing it until the next turn, drawing a card, gives you card advantage, allows you to continue to swing in for damage and control the board. Feed the Swarm, 2 mana, 1 and a black sorcery. Destroy target creature or enchantment and opponent controls. You lose life equal to that permanent's converted mana cost. I think this is a great common in black. Multi-purpose. You can either get rid of a creature or pesky enchantment your opponent controls. If you're playing it in the white-black life gain deck, the life loss is actually inconsequential. The first uncommon is Umara Mystic, 3 mana, 1 generic, 1 blue, 1 red, Merfolk Wizard at 1/3. It has flying. Whenever you cast an instant, sorcery, or wizard spell, Umara Mystic gets +2/+0 until end of turn. This is the signal post uncommon for the blue-red Spellslinger deck. Load up on wizards, load up on instants and sorceries. Umara Mystic can do quite a bit of work. Next uncommon is Blood Chief's Thirst. Single black mana sorcery. Has kicker for 3 mana, 2 and a black. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 2 or less. If this spell was kicked, instead destroy target creature or planeswalker. This is my favorite black uncommon. Early on, it can take out their bomb smaller rare. Later in the game, for 4 mana, it's going to take out any creature or planeswalker. This is a card that I could see make its way into constructed. Final uncommon is going to be Shatter Skull Minotaur, 6 mana, 4 and 2 red, Minotaur Warrior at 5/4. This spell costs 1 generic less to cast for each creature in your party, has haste. I'm on the fence with this card. I've been able to play with it twice. Once I had a pretty good party count, and it came down early with haste and did a lot of work. The other time, I didn't have as much in the way of party, and by the time it hit the battlefield, I couldn't really attack with it because it was just going to trade with another creature. If you're not building with a party theme, Shatter Skull Minotaur drops off quite a bit. Okay, for our rare and mythic rare, will we get something awesome? All right, one of the modal double-faced cards. On the front side is Needleverge Pathway. I am a big fan of these cards in limited and constructed. I like that it gives you the option to either have it be a red land or a white land. Sure, it has the drawback that unless you bounce that land back to your hand, it's going to be a red land for the rest of the game. But I think it's a really great way of being able to play a dual color or tricolor deck and get that mana that you need so you can cast your spells. I really look forward to seeing this continue in future sets. Oh cool, we have a foil. Zandu Nectar Pot, 2 mana, 1 and a green insect at 1/3. It has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. I like it coming down early in the game. It stonewalls a lot of aggressive creatures. It actually matters that the landfall will gain you a life. I found in a couple of drafts that really did pay off. Plains, and one of those cards that help us represent a modal double-faced card. My favorite card and best card of the pack. I definitely like the land quite a bit. I'm going to go with Blood Chief's Thirst. I think this card is awesome and limited. I like that it has the kicker cost. It gives me 2 options. Sorcerer speed does hurt a little bit. You've got the multi-ability of either playing it early and killing off something small, or playing it late and taking care of that troublesome creature or very pesky planeswalker. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please subscribe and share. Take some time to tell me in the comment section what was your favorite card or best card out of the pack. Until next time, when I'm back to crack another booster pack of Magic the Gathering.